We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Washington football team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be
25-yard line.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Jones, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Ingram.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A first down carry for Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Griffin there on the
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it brings up 3rd down. If they want a first, first. They need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And Tate's got it.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line.
23. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
New York.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
Now Saquon Barkley. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll set up to throw, and that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Don't be scared of it. Check 24, check
2nd
24.
and 10. Here's Haskins again.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end,
Give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Haskins back to the air. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. He's at the 30, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Washington, nothing.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
He's checking.
Here's Haskins.
Open man is Denzel Mims.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's got room. 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington able to make this a close game again.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down, Giants.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Operating from the gun, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 34-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you...
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning. Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. This is Geis. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
The tackle by Leonard Williams.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. First down, Washington. Haskins finding McLaurin.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Haskins on first down. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Geis with the carry on second down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Haskins now off the bootleg. Able to connect with Mims. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Geis then trying to run it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Albert O. Albert Okuebuna was the target there, but now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go again. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now Haskins to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Denzel Mims, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Touchdown, make the whole city jump.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Jones took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Jones now on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th, now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
That's complete to Slayton. Touchdown, Giants!
Jones.
Darius Slayton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. Lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. Now this one might be going the other way. When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete. Okuegbunam. 30. The 20. 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Albert O in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now Haskins to throw on second down. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
On first down, this is Geis. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 40-yard line.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
Now it's Haskins. No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
Denzel Mims.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Got a man, it's Mims. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down. First and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Denzel Mims with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Makes this Washington 28. Giants 20.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Complete to Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the 3rd quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they...
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jones firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. He's got this one completed to Mims. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again.
On the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be out of bounds. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down.
1st down and goal to go.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, one set. Check right 54. Right 54. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Now it's Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Now Haskins. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Washington 41.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jones looking for Shepard deep. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
To Saquon Barkley.
And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Intercepted.
Partner, we always
always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at the 39-yard line. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He was looking for Albert Okuegbunam was the target there.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's Geis. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. To throw again. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. 23 yards the pickup there. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Jones on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
To number 26,
Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score.
makes this Washington 41, Giants 33.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
43-yard line.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
It's Geis on the counter.
fighting down past the 45. It's a foot race. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. From the gun, Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
32-yard line.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 16. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. He will push his way down to about the 14. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
2 yards on the pickup.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Denzel Mims, 49 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Valentine going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself,
and he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. He got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Jones
and they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And he rifles one incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Jones pass.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Yards to go.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's caught. Shepard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Jones now throwing on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
Today's finals, Washington 55.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.